starting in a couple of minutes. Good evening, everyone. So to begin with, let me introduce the esteemed speaker of the day, Mr. Padma Keshri. He's an innovative and resourceful design professional with an exceptional portfolio of achievements in the area of sustainable product development with 7 years plus of working experience in fashion. He's actively working with innovation in export businesses, including range planning, fabric development, and commercially viable products with good presentation and collaboration skills. Mr. Keshri seeks challenging tasks to enhance the skills and abilities in the organization that offer professional growth while being resourceful, innovative, and flexible, but to firmly contribute towards the achievement of the missions, vision, and the values of the organizations dedicated towards the sustainable development goals. He's an EMBA from IIM Indore in digital transformation and the alumnus of NIFT Bangalore 2013 batch, NID Ahmedabad 2017 batch, with an international certificate program from the Swiss Textile College, Zurich. In early 2021, he attended the Youth Delegate Program at UNITE 2030 New York, an online program for the change makers contributing to promoting sustainable development goals by the UN. Mr. Keshri was among 25 change makers selected for the program. Apart from the academics and work experience, he's an active participant in national and international design competitions. To name just a few, GenNext at Lakme Fashion Week 2018, Will's Lifestyle Debut 2013, Blender's Pride Fashion Tour 2019, the Wool Runaway by the Woolmark Company Australia, Park El Decor Award for the most innovative design, textile design, etc. So presenting Mr. Padma Keshri, over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruchimam. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I hope everyone doing well. So I'm super excited to share my journey. It's in your genes. So I believe that everyone over here has worn jeans some or other way and must be dealing with jeans or denim every day. So I would like to know, what is denim or jeans for you in one word? Can you just type it in the chat box? What is denim and jeans for you? Quickly. Like for me, it's indigo. That's why I love it. The second thing I can do is washes. I want to know something from you guys. Okay, comfort, essential. Next. Okay, no issue. Let me go back. So what I feel, we all are learning every day, and every learning starts from A, B, C, D, E. So I feel that I'm learning every day. I'm learning from the basic. If I learn something midway, I will not achieve the target. So I learn from the basic, keeping myself very grounded. So that's something that is exciting over here. And this is, ma'am already talked. That's my academic profile, coming from NIFT and ID, and then fashion knitwear background, and getting into digital transformation and marketing and sustainability. What I believe strongly when it comes to handling something which is in a sustainable practice in terms of business, what you need to take care is you need to take care of people, process, and product. People who is working and people who is buying. Process, whatever required, the process need to be ethical, the process need to be sustainable. Then you'll get a product which is really great for the market and up to the mark, which is sustainable product. Okay. This is something that I wanted to show you to give a background about the Lakme Fashion Week that I did, and a challenge on wool material. That's coming to Project Free Denim. Okay, before we start Project Free Denim, I'd like to talk about what is it's in your genes. So with sustainability and circularity, I hope these two keywords are quite common for everyone. So I'd like to know what you feel or what do you think when it comes to sustainability. Can I have one keyword from each one of you here? Sustainability, for me, it is a lifestyle. What about others? Okay, somebody saying recycle, consist, okay, reuse, okay. What else? Eco-friendly, upcycle, okay. So a lot of people are talking about the different processes involved in sustainability, right? Okay. Uh, what I am going to talk about here, with sustainability and circularity continuing to be the flavor of discussion in the textile and apparel fraternity in the coming time. Okay, and denim and jeans are coming back stronger due to the severity of water and energy consumption. So what is happening right now? You might have heard how denim and jeans are really a material which is going to be repeatedly used by the consumer. The reason being, the fabric itself is giving you a new look when it comes to dyeing. Whenever you wash the fabric, you get a new wash over the product that you see. It's either get faded or it's come up with something innovative. So that's the property of the fabric. Okay. Now, when I say jeans are always in the news, either for good or bad. Okay. When I talk about good, it's talking about the flavor that it gives to the people. Okay. When it comes to bad, because there are a lot of water consumption required, there are issues with the labor. So that's there always. Okay. It is classic yet fashionable. It is blue yet can't take any color. It would be natural to expect that India would boast the highest per capita ownership with around 7.5 jeans per person. Okay, and it's giving it to like a seasonal temperature, the way we move from minus 30 to plus 30 or minus 50 to plus 50. So that is the kind of product featuring is okay. And the shoes are very important. That's why we have it's in your jeans. So there's a lot to think, there's a lot to connect, there's a lot to uh, revamp, there's a lot to recollect. Okay, I don't know how much you have the memories of jeans in your childhood, but I have a lot. So I'm here to share that with you. So I'm introducing what Project Read and which is about the waste fabric mainly involved in the post production. Okay, I'll talk about what is post production and what is a waste. So there are four categories of waste which are highlighted or which are noticed or observed during the whole production process. Okay, now there is a waste which start at the factory level. It's called pre-production waste. Okay, when the production has not yet started, and that's also a huge quantity. These pre-production waste comes from lab unit while making the fabric, while testing the fabric. When the fabric is done, and then it goes to it goes to a factory for the garmenting. There you have a post-production waste, which is close to 20% of whatever material being created. Let's say if the factory is creating 1 lakh meter of fabric, so 20,000 meter of waste fabric is generated. Okay, but the problem here is these are not into layers. These are not into a straight fabric. These are into bits and pieces. What to do with these bits and pieces? That's a challenge. Okay, so now I have some ideas that I have incorporated and I will be presenting to you over here. Apart from these pre-production and post-production, there are two more categories of waste, which are pre-consumer waste and post-consumer waste. Pre-consumer waste are those material or those products which are not being consumed by the customer. And it is in the stock, either left in the factory or in the warehouse or at the retailer stock. And then it is really used for making much more innovative product. Now, uh, uh, when it comes to post consumer waste, it is something that is required to uh, by the customer who has already used the garment and they want to recreate something of it. So in that case, what we do upcycle or recycle personally, not with the uh, community, because there's an issue with the hygiene. Okay, coming back to post production, I'm here presenting Project Read which is about the waste fabric mainly involved in post-production of waste denim fabric pieces, studying textures through just weaving, also with the random overlapping and layering. Okay, the title Read in fact synthesizes this conversion process. The result created a unique piece artworks, which has elements taken from various cultures and type of clothing blended with indigo. Okay, I'm showing this is one of the garment that was created out of laser and with the waste that I've collected from a dyeing unit. And why do we need to have a project read in it? So there are, every year, the kind of population that we have, we deal with we create or develop 38.2 billion pair of jeans. This is now revised to 40 billion pair of jeans every year. And what to do with this? Either you discard them and you create more jeans. Close to 10 square meter of land required to grow one pair of jeans. So you can imagine how much land required to create 40 billions of jeans. Okay, close to 2% of global GHG, global hazardous gas emission, comes from denim. Okay, around 500 grams of chemical required to create one pair of jeans. Okay, apart from this, when it comes to cotton, it takes almost 60 days or 90 days to go decompose in the landfill. But when it comes to polyblend, it takes almost 200 years to decompose. Okay, like a garbage truck of jeans is landfilled or burned every 3 hours. So by the time we will be finishing, 1/3 of the truck is already loaded for the landfill. So a big reason was required to make people aware, and having this Project Read and Awareness program, where I used to work with industry and help them understand how these waste can be converted into a gold. Okay, so I'll just show you a small video where how this garment was used. I'll just show you the highlight of the video. So this was one of the show happened at Pragati Matan in Delhi last year, before lockdown, sorry. And these are some of the shots that we taken, okay, from the runway. And apart from this, I also created a kind of collection which is sellable in the market. So I use my previous office mate and colleagues, and we shot this in the factory. And these were more commercial garments, more for day-to-day activities and people who can buy and use it. And it was a great hit on multiple designer platform. Okay, so now the next question is, fine, you have used the panels which were there out of the factory. What about those bits and pieces which are 1 inches or half an inches left? What do you do with that? So, in order to use those, I had a small setup in Ahmedabad with a collaboration with Chirpal Group. we used to create fiber out of these waste panels, and these fabrics or these fibers were again converted into another fiber, and we used to create this garment. So this was the another range that I have created out of these waste, and then it was woven and knitted. I even got a sweater made from one of the artisan. So like every single unit of waste was utilized in making some other product. And this was the kind of news there in the market, you can see. Now coming back to one of the academic project I did with a collaboration in one of the institute, uh, and this was the output that has come out. These are some of the key highlights. So this was a response to how students have taken to a next level the design projects. And we did a lot of experimental shoot. Sorry, I have to go back. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Now, let me tell you something which was done for home furnishing with the waste at the factory. Some of the panels were left over, so I designed them for a European customer. And this is something that is there for India Indigo project, which is more of a development of print for a Japanese client, how the Indigo been placed in the entire project. Talking about the pocket story. So pocket story was a story in 2021, which was talking about how pocket and personality being related to each other, how a pocket is playing a role in defining one's identity. So this a set of 60 of this pocket is really helping me translating the somebody's personality, how a person will be when it comes to a pocket. So this is just a collection or kind of artwork being created for the personality through pocket. Okay. Now I'll be talking about collaboration of a student for Lakme Fashion Week. Shurya is our student, and she did this amazing collection. And yeah, this is something that is going to happen again this year on innovate with denim. So this is something that is happened last year, and then we are again inviting people for the denim challenge. Okay, these are the key recognition in sustainability and design, and collaboration with Jeans Redesign on sustainable design development on circular denim. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we are open for the questions. Yeah, everyone.
So dear students, if you have any questions, it's now time to ask all those doubts that you have, any concerns, anything that you would want to know about denim. You can type the questions in the chat box also.
Yeah. Okay.
So Niharika wants to ask, how did this idea emerge?
So the idea was, I was when I was working for a company where I was seeing tons and tons of waste material being coming from the factories, and they were burning the fabric. It was I feel like it is so much of effort somebody is putting to make the fabric, and it's just that whatever the waste material is coming, it's like a 8-inch by 8-inch or 10-inch by 10-inch panel. They are just burning to create steam in the factory, and then they're calling it like a economical fuel instead of buying a wood or something like that. Although wood is not sustainable, but comparatively. So there the idea was like, why don't we create something out of this waste? Second was the merging of the idea was I traveled post tsunami where I've seen a doll that they created called Tsunamika. And the excitement was that if they can create this, why don't I create something out of this? And then this whole thing started. And since I was more excited to work with Indigo, so I got denim as a collection to be created. So now somebody is asking if you're a small unit, how we can use the small cutting.
Right, that's Abhishek Trivedi. He's asking that question.
So, Abhishek, everything starts with a small. Okay, when I started, I had around 75 kg of waste to manage. And it took me almost 2 weeks to reuse those waste. So you can start from very small as like a 5 kg or 1 kg of waste. And first create, like I'm wearing this jacket. It took me almost a week to develop this, but it is exciting to me. So what excitement you are having and what is exciting you, what keeps you updated is required.
Any more questions that you would want to ask? So, sir, Niharika, so you there? Niharika asking the question, and yeah, he's there. Right.
So fabric is created with felting process. Niharika, felting is a different process. Felting is required. Two kind of felting happen, and felting is mostly a process where fibers are used, not the fabrics. Okay, even if you want to use fabric for felting, you have to go for a needle felting. Okay, categorically, there are two kind of felts. One is wet felts and a dry felt, and both these work with the protein fiber, not even with the natural fiber. Protein fiber is something which is, I'm talking about a sip fiber, a sheep wool fiber, where the felting is happening. And in that case also, the first set of felt making is required a wet felt. Okay, the felt is first they layer the felt fiber, and with the help of soap, they punch together with the help of needle punching, which is a dry process, and then they create a felt fabric. So when it comes to denim, if the moment we wash it or the moment we add soap, it will take out all the chemical, and again that is hazardous because those chemical will go back to the landfill. So it is difficult to do felting here. Again, when it comes to a needle felting, if we do a needle felting with the help of needle and we blend the fabric together, challenge here is again they create a microfiber which will again blow up in the air, and this blowing off of this small fiber will be a problem because these are dyed fiber. If goes to a white shirt, it will be creating the white fabric will absorb the indigo. So again, both the felting is not a suggesting thing over here when it comes to upcycling, recycling the denim. Yes, the yarns created were then woven to a new fabric with a new technique and with new ideas. Okay, now Balwinder has a question: is the cost of a new denim and an upcycled denim is same as it go from lots of process? Definitely, the process of making a denim fabric is very, very economical. In India, the fabric prices start at 80 rupees a meter. And even in most of the cases, it goes up to 40-45 rupees a meter. So you can imagine, Balwinder, if you're buying 1 meter of fabric, it's already a cheap material. It's not so a costly material. So if you are upcycling is, again, there is a cost involved, which is in the styling of it. So a person who's buying a denim, whether no matter it is upcycle or new fresh fabric, they are not paying for the fabric, they're paying for the style that they are getting. They're paying for the washes that they are getting. So it's a 360-degree lingual fabric. It goes from all the different kind of washes. It can give you a different look. The same fabric can be same fabric can give you a look for somebody who's from a newborn to a 60 retired person. So there is a magic which happen when it comes to styling it. There's a magic which happen when it comes to washing the fabric. So the magic is in your hand, how you are using it. The cost of denim, I don't know, it should not be less or more. It should be the styling which is going to be costing. And you being a designer, you have to decide what wonder that you're going to create out of a fabric. Okay. Now, when it comes to Abhilasha is asking, how do you compare with the upcoming sustainable brand? Okay, I don't know what is the comparison that you are looking for. If you can be specific, and how can we be different apart from using sustainable fabric? Okay, how can we be different apart from using sustainable fabric? Okay, see, every brand has a philosophy. Like you follow it, or you buy product. Either you have a style statement, or either you have the affinity to carry that brand. I want to carry this because there is something. So when it comes to a different that you're looking for sustainable fabric, you need to be really knowing, understanding what is sustainability for you. How do you want to contribute in the whole journey of sustainability? You are just buying because everybody is buying it, then it is not going to make any sense. So you need to make sure that what is the purpose of your life for use while using sustainable fabric, and that will give you a lot of answer. Yeah.
Any more questions, dear students? Anybody has any question to ask?
I don't think they have more question. Okay, now I have something to ask you guys. How many of you know what is recycle? Can everyone write a keyboard on upcycling or recycling, or like, do you think? Okay, now let's play yes and no question answer. Do you think upcycling and recycling is same? Yes or no?
Oh, that's a nice game. Let's all participate.
No. Okay. Okay, I need at least 5 answers for me to give you another question. Okay, now I got an answer. No. Now my second question: is recycle is possible when the life cycle of the product ends? Okay, it's too much complicated. So okay, now we got an answer. Yes. Okay. No. No. Okay. Okay, now let me tell you the correct answer. The correct answer is yes. So whenever you recycle is something when you complete the life cycle of the existing product. Let's say you purchase a can and you can only recycle it when the can is completely of no use and the content in the can is completed. Then only you can recycle it. Okay. Now, second question: upcycle. Upcycling is it upcycling the value of the current product, or when it comes to upcycling, are you adding value to the new product which is coming out of upcycle? Yes or no? Yes, yes, maybe. Okay, okay. Now, when it comes to upcycling, what happened in the upcycling? Whenever you upcycle, make sure if the current value of that product is 1 rupee, you make sure that when you upcycle that product, the value of that product should increase more than 1 rupee. Then it will be considered as upcycle product, because then it will be a value addition that you're adding to it. Okay. Now, how many of you know about circularity? Yes or no? Or circular design? How many of you know circular design? No? No? Okay. No? Don't know. Okay. Okay. Now, second question. Uh, is sustainability and circularity same? No. Okay, no. Okay. Now, next question is, have you upcycled any product or have you recycled any product till today? Okay, now we have 1, 2, okay. Okay. How many of you, uh, a good collector, how many of you collect waste? Do you collect waste? Okay, yes. Okay, okay. Do you collect waste because it's beautiful? Okay. Do you collect waste because you feel that you can do something out of it, but you have no idea what will you do? Okay. Okay. Now, the next question is, you are not able to use those waste because you have no idea what productive it can, what value addition it can give. Okay, now I'll reframe the question. You're not able to use the waste and convert into a meaningful product because you have no idea about it. Okay. Okay. Now, how many of you are aware about DIY, do it yourself? Okay, everyone is knowing about DIY. Now, okay, now again, next question. How many of you feel that the waste that you have collected is really meaningful, but require a training? Okay, we need to have workshops on that. Okay, now next question. Have you reused your old clothes and made something out of it? Okay, so we have more textile waste are more reusable compared to any other waste. That's the kind of answer that I'm getting out of you guys. Okay, so now you guys being a fashion designer, you are able to use the textile waste, correct? Okay, so the last question for the day. How many of you really want to okay, how many of you really want to contribute from today in sustainability, or maybe making something which is really cycle or recycle from the waste? I want to know the answer. Okay, done. We have good answer. So yeah, thank you, Ruchi ma'am. We've got good session with the student. They have answered a lot of questions.
Yeah, the last part was like really nice. I could see a lot of interaction from the student side as well. So, but sir, we've not got the answer to circular and sustainable fabric. So sustainability versus circularity.
Yeah,
if you could help us understand.
Yes, definitely. So guys, we as an Indian, we are always into a linear economy. Okay, what used to happen in the childhood, that I don't know how many of you have experienced, but everything was coming, entering, and then it exists. There was an exit plan because that point of time there was no plastic. Okay, and most of the thing when it comes to storage, you might have seen the wooden boxes, or even the match boxes have been burned, so they've been disposed. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah, so what happened, it was a linear economy, so everything has an entry and everything has an exit. Now when it comes to a circular economy, what happened, everything comes and then complete its cycle. Okay, after completing its cycle, it's again there is another life waiting for that product to become and add value addition to it, and then it goes to another circle. Okay, in that also it gets another cycle. So the entire thing is moving in a circular motion. So everything is linked to each other. Let's say I can give an example. I did a project when I was at my master's college. We collected a lot of tickets at the railway station because at that point of time, e-tickets were not available. And we were able to collect almost 30 to 35 kg per station in Gujarat. What we collected, we collaborated with a paper making company in Ahmedabad, and they made nice paper out of it. And this paper were used to make tiffin boxes in the Rajdhani train. And we did a pilot project, and we started like 300 tickets, reservation tickets you require to create one tiffin box for the person who is traveling in Rajdhani. And so you can imagine how the upcycling of that and the value addition. The ticket cost was 30 paisa, including the printing and everything. Now this tiffin box was 35 rupees that we were able to sell it. And we make sure that this entire project works. We created an organization. We helped Railway has hired some 30 women who were making this kind of product, but not for Rajdhani because there were other issues when it comes to storing the food. It need to be coating with the plastic so that it doesn't merge with the fabric, but with the paper. And later they have created innovative product, but the small change has actually created a lot. Okay. Now they were able to make a value, like they're able to create product from the waste, which is actually a waste. Otherwise, what used to happen, you get the ticket at home, you trash it, it goes to the garbage or landfill, or somebody will burn it. But here, the railway waste is getting back to the railway. So this is just one example of circularity. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. This was really insightful. I hope it was equally insightful for our students also. And on this, I would call it the end of the session. Thanking you once again for the wonderful insight that you've shared with all of us. I hope everybody learned a lot of things. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.